against Maddie. Don't be Maddie, be yourself, but be me.
Dance moms, when it rains, it pours. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Please subscribe to the channel. If there's one thing Dance Moms fans know, it's that Abby Lee Miller doesn't hold back, and Season 4 was no exception. The episode When It Rains, It Pours was an emotional roller coaster full of backstabbing, meltdowns, and performances that left everyone talking. From the stormy weather outside to the hurricane of drama inside the ALDC studio, this episode had everything: fierce fights, shocking betrayals, and Abby's classic intimidation tactics. So let's break it all down. Who was feuding? Who stormed out? And what really went on behind the scenes? Grab some popcorn because we're spilling all the tea. The Pyramid of Doom, Abby's reign of terror continues. Every Dance Moms episode kicks off with the iconic and dreaded pyramid. And let's be real, by Season 4, the moms had already given up on the idea of fairness. It was never about talent. It was about who Abby was mad at that week. In When It Rains, It Pours, Abby was on a warpath. The pyramid had Maddie Ziegler, shockingly, on top, because, of course, Abby's golden girl could do no wrong.
Because I want to judge them fair and square. I'm looking for #1 dancers for nationals.
But the real drama started when Abby slammed Chloe Lacasiak for not standing out and called out Kendall Verts for being inconsistent. Meanwhile, newbie Kalani Hilliker was thrown right into the fire, and you know that didn't sit well with the other moms. Melissa's secret dealings and Maddie's star treatment. Melissa Gisoni, aka Dance Mom's most notorious strategist, had clearly been working her behind-the-scenes magic because Maddie was once again Abby's favorite.
It's okay to feel lonely and cry when you think about life.
At this point, it wasn't even a competition. Abby had practically adopted Maddie. The favoritism was so obvious that even Kendall's mom, Jill Verts, couldn't hold back. Jill was fuming that Kendall wasn't getting enough solos, and she wasn't wrong. Abby had a habit of dangling opportunities in front of Kendall, only to yank them away. And let's not forget how Melissa always acted like she had no clue what was happening, even though we all knew she had Abby's ear. The storm hits. Rehearsals turn into chaos. The drama didn't stop at the pyramid. Abby was determined to push the girls to their breaking point, and that meant extra pressure on their upcoming performances. This week, the team was preparing for the Believe talent competition, and the routine was a contemporary number called When It Rains, It Pours. A fitting title, considering the emotional storms brewing both on and off the dance floor. Maddie's solo. As usual, Maddie got a solo that showcased her skills perfectly. Chloe's solo. Abby made it clear she wasn't impressed, giving Chloe a more difficult routine than Maddie. Coincidence? We think not. Group routine. The team dance was meant to be an emotional, lyrical piece about overcoming obstacles, but the real obstacles were Abby's insults and the moms' endless bickering. Abby versus Christy. The rivalry heats up. If you thought Abby and Christy Lacasiak would ever get along, you must be new here. Their feud had been brewing since Season 1, but Season 4? Next level. Abby continuously undermined Chloe, and Christy wasn't having it. When Abby criticized Chloe's performance before she even stepped on stage, Christy snapped. "You never give her a chance," she shouted, her voice shaking with anger. Abby's response? A smug smile and an eye roll. By this point, Christy was ready to storm out, and honestly, we wouldn't have blamed her. Behind the scenes tea, what wasn't shown on camera. The drama you saw on TV was only half the story. Sources from set have revealed even more shocking details. Producers stirring the pot. The fights were very real, but producers had a way of making them even worse. They would encourage moms to bring up old feuds and push Abby to be harsher than usual. Kalani's tension with the moms. Kalani was clearly a favorite, and the other moms weren't happy. Some even believed Abby brought her in to replace Chloe permanently. Jill's meltdown was worse in real life. Apparently, Jill had a full-on breakdown over Kendall's lack of solos, but the show edited parts out. The big competition. Tears, tantrums, and triumphs. By the time competition day arrived, the tension was through the roof. Would Abby's favorites shine? Would Chloe prove her worth? And would the moms manage to not strangle each other for 5 minutes? Maddie versus Chloe, the never-ending battle. Maddie and Chloe's rivalry wasn't just a storyline. It was real. And it wasn't even about them. It was about their moms. Christy and Melissa had been in a Cold War for years, and it only got worse when Maddie kept winning. Maddie's performance. She was flawless as always. But let's be honest, she had been trained since birth to win. Chloe's performance. She was incredible, but Abby's negativity was all over her face. Despite a stunning routine, you could tell Chloe felt the pressure. The results? Maddie won first place. Chloe placed second. And Christy lost it. After the awards, Christy confronted Abby. "This is rigged, and you know it," she fumed. Abby, never one to back down, smirked and replied, "Maybe she should have danced better." Oof. The aftermath. Who won the war? After When It Rains, It Pours, the tension in the ALDC only got worse. Christy was reaching her breaking point, and Chloe was losing confidence. Meanwhile, Maddie continued to rise as Abby's star. But let's not forget the real winners, the fans. Because honestly, the drama was chef's kiss. Where are they now? Maddie Ziegler went on to become a Hollywood star, starring in Sia's music videos and major films. Chloe Lacasiak left ALDC, started fresh, and built her own career, proving she didn't need Abby's approval. Kalani Hilliker stayed with ALDC for a while, but eventually moved on. Abby Lee Miller? Well, we all know her roller coaster of legal troubles, but that's a whole other story. Final thoughts. A storm that never ends. Looking back, When It Rains, It Pours was a defining episode of Dance Moms Season 4. It had everything. Intensity, rivalry, and tears. Whether you were Team Chloe, Team Maddie, or just Team Give These Kids a Break, this episode was pure reality TV gold. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.